So I'm just going to give a few kind of blunt, actionable tips for lawyers. First one is, how do you ask for a pay rise when you're employed? I did a blog and there's a video uh, on this. First point about that is prepare, know what your market worth is, and make sure it's accurate. If you feel that you're getting underpaid, then ask for a pay rise. When do you do it? You pick the right time. You pick it when you're having a good patch of form and you're doing well, and you prepare for the meeting with your boss. Don't just dive straight into it. Just go and speak to your boss. Say, look, can I have 10, 15 minutes of your time, please, whenever suits you. He'll probably think you're going to resign at that point. But so if you ask for a pay rise, you might catch him or her at a good time. So yeah, and you go through everything that you've done and state why you feel you deserve a pay rise, and see what they say. You won't burn any bridges. If you don't get what you want, what do you do? I mean, well, you start looking at other opportunities. Would make sense. But what not to do, I say this all the time to candidates, is give your firm a chance. Give them a chance to increase your salary before you start going looking elsewhere. What they do not like, and where you do burn bridges, is when you go to them and say, give me this amount of money or I'm off because I've got another job offer. That never sits comfortably. So I always say, give your firm a chance first before you start looking. Second point, why is no one answering your application? Simply, you're doing the wrong thing. Okay, so you're applying for all these LinkedIn jobs and everyone's applying for it, and your CV is getting swamped with hundreds and hundreds of other applications. You might say, well, my CV is a good one. Trust me, when HR people get their first 100 CVs in, they start switching off. They use applicant tracking systems and AI to filter through CVs. So another answer would be, perhaps your CV doesn't have the right buzzwords in, but I actually think you're doing the wrong thing. Applying for posted jobs. Only 20% of the market. Stop doing it. The 80% of the market are the real jobs which aren't advertised, and they come from reaching out to people, which you can do through people like me as a recruiter. We do it all the time. I've done it for the last 24 years. Way before anyone was ever talking about direct outreach, I was doing it. The real reason why you're not getting headhunted, that's so easy, guys. It's your LinkedIn bio. If you haven't got keywords on your LinkedIn bio, you are not going to get picked up. If you hate social media and you're in the legal profession, you have to use LinkedIn. You don't have to post. You just have to get your profile right, so it's very clear what you do, and you will 100% get approached by recruiters, or you get approached directly by law firms sometimes. So get yourself on LinkedIn. I've done videos on LinkedIn about how you get your bio. So let's be honest. As I said here, most lawyers think way too long about making their next move. They do it right, when things are getting bad. Look, if you're not getting paid what you want, the market is still good. Limited, you've got like restrictive skill sets in terms of niche skill sets, which are always in demand. So if you're not getting paid what you want, if you don't think that you're going to progress, if it's an unhappy working atmosphere, don't leave it until you have a meltdown before you go. Start looking. There's no harm in looking. You don't have to take a job offer. So yeah, all I would say, if you are looking, keep your recruitment footprint undercover so no one knows that you're looking. I've done some tips on that. So when you're updating your LinkedIn bio, change your settings to private so you're not notifying people that you're doing that. If you do that, the whole world is notified that you're changing your LinkedIn bio. Sure sign thing that you're looking for new jobs. So if you're using recruitment agents, make sure that they're not sending your CV off without your permission. I've talked about this before. You'll be flabbergasted how many recruitment agents are sending CVs without permission. That is not acceptable. Okay, so insist that your recruiter does not do that.